Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to a very different, I don't know, just a different overall episode in a lot of ways. I don't even know if I like this webcam, so let's do like this, maybe? So lots changed in the last month. I haven't recorded any new episodes in, hey, some buddies from my guild. I haven't recorded any episodes since basically the day or two after Thanksgiving, so kind of the end of November. And now today is actually, what is today? The 29th of December of 2020. So one of the last few days of 2020. And I'm getting back into recording. A lot of things have changed. First of all, before we get into all the little things that have gone on in my life, if you're wondering why I keep looking this way, it's because I'm on a different monitor now, and I'll explain this in a little bit. And that's like my OBS over on that side of the screen. First of all, this is Suupee, Suupee. He is my Undead Mage. He's my alt that I'm playing, that I've had for a while, and I finally decided to level him up a little bit more. And let me explain the logic for this. Basically, I would love to have another character. I'd love to do another Let's Play in Classic before the end of Classic, and presumably when essentially Burning Crusade would launch, right? The problem is, and I guess my chat frame's a little funky on this character too, isn't it? In fact, I need to move up quite a few things around. What do I need to do here? Here we go. Actually, Bartender is a really nice add-on. That's the details. Bartender is a really nice add-on. Blizzard art bar. Disable the art. That helps a little bit. A little less stuff there. And then let's just go to combat log for today. Let's also do this. And I'm going to just move my bars over a little bit. I want to make sure you can see all my skills and my just atrocious means of arranging stuff. That's my little stopwatch. This will be good here. And that there. I think that's... Oh, not quite. Still got some stuff missing. Just want to make sure you can see everything. So, long story short, and that's all my hotbars right now. Long story short, I want to level another character in Classic on a Let's Play series, because I enjoy making these videos, and they'd just be fun to do it. The problem is that TBC, Burning Crusade Classic, is probably going to launch, I'm guessing in like May of 2020, and there's no way I'm going to level another character from 1 to 60 in that time. And I don't want to leave something unfinished if I can help it. So my only real chance, and even this is probably optimistic, is to take a character I've already leveled separately, to level 35, almost 36, and just continue that character. And so my plan is to just make this character my new leveling series for Classic. I'm going to continue my Shadowlands leveling series too. I'm a little behind on that, but I do plan to do that also in the next few days, get back into it. But yeah, so today we're going to start off with Suupee. I'll quickly go... This Winter Reveler yells so loud, or like laughs so loud, it's like distracting every time it happens. Quickly, I'll show you my gear. It's pretty normal. Most of it's normal. I didn't go out of my way to buy a lot of great stuff for this character, but, you know, like level 31 green hat, a 25 neck, I got a quest shoulder, lots of, like, spirit, intellect stuff, a little bit of frost gear. It's nothing insane, most of this. The one thing, not even a lot of enchants, just some, like, random armor enchants I got from some quest. My wand is pretty nice, not amazing, pretty nice. My offhand is pretty nice. This is what actually makes my character outstanding relative to just like if you were leveling your own character as a mage and didn't have a high level character to help you out. Glasses are dirty. This is a skinning knife. What's interesting with the skinning knife is it's enchanted with plus 30 spell power. This is actually the best enchant, pretty much the best weapon you can get in the game for your character before level like 50 or something, 50, 55. It's a really nice boost to damage. And when I'm done with it, I can give it to someone else or sell it to someone else. And this is actually a loaner. A guildie gave it to me to use. And I've had it for months now on this character. But it makes leveling a lot faster. So it's quite nice. Basically, at this point, I think the spell coefficients mean all these skills are now getting plus 30. And so if you look at my Frostbolt, it might deal upper end 200 damage. With this, it deals 230, which ends up being like a 15% damage increase, which is significant, right? Like it's a huge output, a huge increase. let's go ahead, and we're in Stranglethorn Vale. We're in Ground Goal Base Camp. Let's go ahead and get some food and some water. Our mana agate made up. I need to buff myself. And my spec, I should point this out too. And by the way, I hope this video records well. So I'll explain why I'm worried it might not in a moment. And also, I'll explain why we're in a different room in a moment. So I'm Frost spec. I have 0 in Arcane, 0 in Fire, 26 in Frost. So I went the pure Frost, and it's purely single target. It's not the AoE spec. You know, some people do improved Blizzard, maybe things like Permafrost, I think, and then do a lot of like AoE farming to level up. I don't love doing that, frankly. I just don't enjoy that, I don't think. So I'm not doing that. So yeah, we're not doing that. What I'm doing is instead just single target damage. It's kind of what I've enjoyed more. And I should say, let's figure out what skills, what quests are we working on. I think I'm going to work on bloody bone necklaces primarily, and maybe headhunting. Yeah, let's do that. Those 2 quests to start. We should ding pretty quickly today, by the way. I haven't played this guy in a little while. I guess you know what I also need to do is move my XP bar over here a little bit. I don't want bar snapping. It's snap anywhere. I don't want it. Okay, that'll work. So I haven't played this character in probably about a month and actually leveling him. My original intent for this character was purely to level him just a little bit for fun, and then I stopped. And that was like months and months and months ago, 6 months ago. And then I picked him up again. I was like, oh, I'd like to level him to 35 so I can make him an alchemist and have him make potions for me. So he's my alchemist. So he's got 300 alchemy. That's what I've primarily done with him. And you see I've got a fair amount of these protection recipes. I'm missing the fire protection recipe. I tried to do LBRS a few times, Lower Blackrock Spire, but it didn't drop for me. And I haven't seen it on the auction house at all. One time I saw it was like 400 gold, and it's not worth it. Oh boy. Someone aggroed that croc and then leashed. The other thing is I don't have a Panda Cub in this guy. I have Mini Diablo, Lord of Terror, Soupee's companion. He's got his own guild. He's a Lord of Terror. It's actually really cool. I kind of love it. I think these guys can drop the shrunken heads I need. So let's start blasting. This is going to be the first character we kill on this Let's Play. It's a Blood Scalp Shaman, and frankly, most of these things, if I remember right, they die pretty fast. Yeah. Doesn't take a lot. Yep, that works for me. I think these guys drop. Am I right? It's been a while since I've done this quest. It's been a long time. There's a Headhunter's Bloody Blow Necklaces. Blood Scalp. Okay, so these guys can all drop it. I do have bandages trained, but I don't think... Oh, I do have my bandages on me still, okay. My skill in bandages is up to 204, so I can make heavy silk bandages now, which is what that is, okay. So I've done a pretty good job of making this character, like, setting up to be a pretty successful leveling character. I just hadn't done anything with them. I hadn't actually leveled with them for the longest time. And definitely never on a series. My goal is to get him as close to 60 as possible for Burning Crusade to launch. Around the time Burning Crusade is probably going to launch, and to be clear, there's nothing being officially announced, but I just have a hunch that Burning Crusade's coming out in May. We don't even know if there is going to be a Burning Crusade officially, but my guess is yes, and probably in May. Let's frost out this guy. If it comes out in May, I'll say this. My kid, my wife's still pregnant. Everything's going well. She is 21, almost 21 weeks pregnant, 21 weeks tomorrow. She's feeling good. Last checkup was at 20 weeks, about a week ago. It was pretty much exactly a week ago. Everything went well. Baby's looking good. Fingers and toes and hands and arms and all are all there. So we're expecting to have our first kid in May of 2021, which I'm really excited about. Still really excited about. My wife's excited. It's really cool for us. You know, we wanted kids, and I talked about this a little bit, but yeah, we wanted kids, so we're gonna have a kid soon. But I'll tell you what, if my kid comes in May, there's a decent chance I'm not gonna be spending a ton of time playing WoW in those first few weeks at least. I eventually will find like a groove, you know, kind of get into a rhythm. But at least initially, It's just a transitional period. And that's assuming everything goes perfect. They get good delivery, mom's healthy, baby's healthy, then, that's great. And we'll get into, I'll get into a routine quicker. If there's any problems, any sort of complications, then, it'll be a bit longer. But I do intend to keep going with this type of a series here and in Shadowlands, even at that point. But my guess is this guy's not going to make it to 60 before May. It's a little bit of a push to do that. Night Sky Cowl. I feel like it's kind of a nice 12 intellect 5 spirit. I mean, that's a pretty nice cowl. It's 4 more intellect, 4 less spirit. I don't think it's a kind of a side grade. Like I do like more int, but I also like spirit because regen's handy, so I'll leave that be for now. Oh, I should add, I've got these Greater Mark of the Dawn, which give me 19. Let's do this. Let's poly that other one and keep blasting this one. It gives me 19 stamina. 190 health is a ton. I guess that, frankly, a lot. It's part of the Argent Dawn Scourge Invasion stuff, so I'm going to keep using those for the next few episodes until they go away. I think they'll be here until the end of December, so maybe a couple episodes I'll use them before they're gone. They're 1 hour cooldown. You can carry 3 at a time, so pretty nice. There's a necklace. I was starting to get kind of concerned I was in the wrong spot. Like I was misremembering because I haven't seen the necklace in a little while. Okay, so many things have gone on. Like it's really kind of insane in my mind how much stuff's going on. Really, some important ones. So I'll explain why we're in this room. So this is our dining room. Was our dining room. Still kind of is. It's a little bit like messy behind me still. We're still kind of organizing some stuff. But behind me, kind of just, behind my shoulders here is our dining table. It's actually one of those tables that has like the sides can fold in. So we folded it down a bit right now to make it more space. And what happened is the old room, they usually would see in my videos with the pink bed behind me, was what we would call our guest room. We live in a 2-bedroom apartment, to be clear. And that bedroom, the bed's still in there, but we moved my desk and my wife's desk, so that you never saw was off to like this side of the screen from your angle. We moved into this room because that room is now going to be the baby's room, essentially. Eat and drink. Mini Diablo will eventually, sometimes if you watch him, he does this thing where he floats in the air, and sometimes he'll even like spit fire in the air. It's actually a really cool collector's edition pet. I just thought a Mini Diablo fits better with a mage than a Panda Cub. Panda Cub kind of feels better for like a squishy druid, like a big bear, so I kind of like that combination. But so anyway, we moved into this room, and I've been set up in here for about 2 weeks now. I'm still getting used to it. I got a new desk for myself. My old desk was like 38 inches across, which isn't unusably small, but it was literally like a $60 desk I bought, the cheapest one I could find when I was in college because I needed a desk. I had 3 housemates. We rented a really cheap house in our dorm, or not our dorm, in our city when we went to college. It's kind of funny. It was literally $1,000 for a 4-bedroom house because it was in the bad part of town, I guess you would call it, and it was kind of falling apart. We were trying to save as much money as we could, and so I bought a desk. I tried to find used ones, but I was having trouble finding anyone that could deliver one, and I didn't have a way to easily transport one in college. So I ended up getting a desk for it was one of those ones that's all folded up, it ships in a box, and it's like $40 from like Lowe's or something. Put it together, and it was like fiberboard materials, like pretty thin material, particle board mostly. It somehow has lasted me for when was that? 10 years. That thing lasted me for 10 years, and it was like the surface where my monitors were sitting, it was bowing. Like you could see like a visible, like a good from like the highest point to the lowest. It was probably a ½ inch to almost an inch of difference in height. And I really expected it to collapse one day. I was expecting to come home from work, see my monitors crumpled in, just smash on, and my computer was under my desk. Like I just expected the whole thing to collapse, and it never did. It held up. I almost felt bad dismantling it when I got a new desk. We got a new desk for myself. My wife's got a new desk. Hers over that way. So we got the same desks. We got some IKEA ones that were made out of pine. It's not like expensive wood, but it's certainly a level up in cost and durability from like a particle board desk or even a composite, even like a composite wood. But it's nice. They're nice desks. It's the first time in my adult life I've had a desk, and I'm in my 30s, and I sit at my desk. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to melee this guy for fun. It's a mistake. I use my desk all the time. I work at home a lot. I mean, most of the time I'm at work. Pandemic's changed things a bit, but before the pandemic, I was at work the majority of the time. But I'd still come home in the evening and work a lot. Obviously, I play games on a computer a lot. I do non-gaming, non-work things a lot. End result is, I feel like it's not unreasonable for me to buy myself a desk. So we bought ourselves nice desks. I'm pretty much set up now. Still kind of getting used to some things here. I'm trying to move this guy back a little bit so it doesn't. I want to be able to loot him so he doesn't aggro into all these other mobs. Still getting a little set up here, and like I'm trying to figure out something to do with like I don't like this big bright light here. What is annoying about that is it washes me out because like it makes like the camera is like the sensor, like you can see how much it changes if I do that. It does a pretty good job, but I'm not like in love having a camera face into a bright light. It's like the opposite. I want like a bright light there. Like in my old office, we had a big window behind my monitor, so I got like lots of natural light in. It wouldn't matter at nighttime or very early in the morning. Today's actually, it's almost noon server time, so I'm kind of playing in the middle of the day today. It's kind of a weird setup, but I went into work early, got my stuff done, and then my wife actually went to work a little bit now, and she goes in most days in the afternoon for a few hours, but so she's at work, so I actually have time right now to record and not disrupt her while she's working. She's often on the phone while she's working because she's in patient care, so she'll talk to patients or other healthcare workers a lot of times. So it's not feasible for me to record while she's working, of course. Frankly, I should probably just be working also. I'm about to die from this guy, so I'm going to try and blow him up. But most of the time, I'm working in the daytime also. But today, I've been wanting to like just sit down and test this setup up and see how it works. Because if it's bad, I'm doing it on this character, so frankly, this video would never see the light of day if I like botch it. If it comes out okay, then I'm in good shape, and this is a good test and a good kind of start to my series. I've got a bunch of these like kind of cheap mana potions. I want to kind of burn through some of them. We've gotten like 3 bloody bone necklaces is all we've gotten so far, but the good news is this character is going to ding in a moment or two. So you get kind of a cheap, like a free, easy level up since you're new to this series, obviously, since the series didn't exist before this character. So the other thing, so that's one thing that's changed in a new room. So I got a new setup. My desk's still a little, I'm still kind of organizing some stuff, working on it. You may notice a box right here, like a little box sticking out over my shoulder. It's on the floor because I came home, the package was outside. It was mail delivered, of course. Hey, we dinged. Level 36. Oh, I'm getting a buff. Thank you, Mr. Ice Mole. Ice Mole. And we got another necklace. And we got some 28 hit points, 51 mana, agility, stamina, 2 intellect, 2 spirit. 2 days, 22 hours played in this character. Which, by the way, is kind of slow because I use this character for like alchemy a lot. And I was also just doing other random stuff within that wasn't leveling focused for a good chunk of this. Before I forget this, he's also a leather worker. He's up to 258 out of 300. The only reason I leveled him up was so that I could make Cured Rugged Hide on this character. So I've got a Salt Shaker we carry down here. And I use this fairly often to turn these Rugged Hide into Cured Rugged Hide. Oh no, sorry, to turn this Deep Rock Salt into Refined Deep Rock Salt. That's what the Salt Shaker does. And then the Rugged Hide with the Refined Deep Rock Salt makes a Cured Rugged Hide. It's a 3-day timer on the Salt Shaker, which is why Cured Rugged Hides become expensive, and I need them for Frost Resist gear for my Druid in Naxxramas, and also to sell the extra ones maybe. I'm going to probably give them to guildies, because a guildie gave me all these Rugged Hides, so the goal is to kind of pass them around the guild. So that's the other profession for this guy, by the way. It was at one point he was an herbalist, but then I dropped that for the leatherworking because I was having trouble getting Cured Rugged Hide. So there's that. Hold on, let me keep blasting this guy. I gotta get my talent. But yeah, so this box over here, go back to this story, is a microscope. I bought myself a compound microscope. It's not, I would say this, I've learned a lot about purchasing microscopes in the last couple months as I've been researching this, because I've wanted a microscope almost my entire life, not my entire life, since I got interested in microbiology and biology in general, but the problem has been that I didn't have space for it. Oh, I did not need to do that. There's no space for a microscope on my old desk. On my new desk, I actually think I have space now. I'm still gonna figure out how to figure this out, because my desk is like a pedestal desk, let's call it, where there's like the open spot in the center where my legs can go. And the left and right side are two pedestals, but like one's like a cupboard and one's like a couple drawers, right? So there's a lot of the way that the point of that is that my monitor is centered. My monitor is dead center more or less. I'm a little off center right now. I was kind of moving some stuff around, but it will be centered. Before I forget this. Winter's Chill gives your frost damage spells a 20% chance to apply the Winter's Chill effect, which increases the chance a frostbolt will critically hit the target by 2%. That seems really good, right? Because it should go up to 100% when it's maxed out. Yeah, so I definitely want Winter's Chill. If I'm going to keep going with this solo damage route. I'll eventually get Ice Barrier. So I'll probably just max out Winter's Chill and get Ice Barrier. Did I mess up my talents here? I got 27 points. It should be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. I feel like I put an extra point here when it should have been here, maybe? Someone on my guild has 2,000 mistletoe. That's insane. That's really insane. Okay. Oh, I just got buffed. Is that gonna need a buff? Oh, he's got a more powerful spell. He's good. Okay. Oh, I pulled another one. I didn't realize that. Let's polymorph that one. Alright. Got it. That was nice, that guy to help me out. Or try to help me a bit. Who was that? Shh. Thank you. I want to say thanks. Okay. Let's get that line of sight. So, that's a microscope, and there's different types of microscopes. So there's oh god, I'm so sorry. You guys haven't seen a video from me in probably a little while, and I'm over here today we're gonna learn about microscopes. It's sorry. Maybe that's what you signed up for. Maybe you knew that all along. I'm getting wrecked by this guy. Is he resisting a lot of stuff, or is it just me? So, a compound microscope is the kind you think of that allows you to look up, did I aggro that guy? No. Let's look up bacteria. There's, oh man, why am I'm suddenly, I want to say simple microscope. What's it actually called? It's not a simple microscope. Stereo microscope. Stereo microscope, that's the word I'm looking for. A stereo microscope, which I don't really ever use, it's not really my thing, is, here, let's see this guy. Oh, that guy died? Oh, that's sad, I didn't realize, Oh, he helped me and now he died. Okay, so a stereo microscope is what you use to look at surface structures. So, for example, let's say you are, a common one is if you're doing electronic repair and you want to look at the surface of a motherboard and repair a capacitor, maybe a cap blew, and you want to fix it. A stereo microscope, that's what that's good for. It helps you look at something, zoom in essentially on something and illuminate the surface so you can see it more easily. It's basically a really advanced magnifying glass. I want this guy to move closer before I kill him, otherwise I won't be able to loot him easily. Alright, done. Maybe? Done. Yeah, nice. Okay. The next quest we need is headhunting. And these come from the... I think it's these ruins. I think it's these. Let me get some water. I'm a little thirsty here. Let me reply to someone guild. Okay, so stereo microscopes, like I said, surface structures. You can look at like fabric detail. You can look at microchip detail. Really useful for what they are, but not what I necessarily wanted to do. Although I would like to get a stereo microscope someday. But I started off with what I know and what I know I enjoy. So we're trying to sneak around these stupid crocodilus guys. By the way, we're trying to get up this hilltop here. I guess I can blink to make this faster. What I got was a compound microscope. Still in the box back there, like I said. I just started pulling it out. I just, like I said, came home. It was outside. I grabbed it, brought it in, opened it just briefly, and then stopped because I was really hungry. So I came in and made up some lunch for myself, and then talked to my wife for a bit, and then wanted to play some WoW anyway. So I'll pull this up shortly. But this compound microscope I got it was like a with shipping a $250 microscope. That's in the scale of all microscopes. Like you're talking like industrial, laboratory grade ones. That's a very cheap one. Compared to consumer grade ones, I would say it's like mid-low tier. Like you can get like a kid microscope, like it would call like child or like a toy microscope for under $100. Is there a rare spawn here? But I would say this is not that. I'm going to kill this berserker, make some space here, and then I'll kill those headhunters. This is going to be a pretty functional microscope for anything I would want to look up. And I'm also going to do it for my own fun, I guess. I just want to look at stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but I just kind of have wanted one for a long time. I finally got some space and thought, all right, let's do it. So I guess I'm living like the dream. The true nerd dream. All right, I want to polymorph the 37 and then kill the 36 because it will die faster. I think it's logical. Oh, this guy's a little annoying. If I absorb physical damage, they'll get spell pushback. Okay, I didn't think so. That's a really nice reason to use that. Oh, good crit there. Let's channel to max out our mana again. When is hard? I forget. Those resists are not good. I should be fine killing this guy, but these are slow kills. Like these are definitely not convenient. Got him. Okay. Let's loot these guys. Get some shrunken heads. Oh, they drop a lot of shrunken. Like we just got 4 shrunken heads from 2 kills. That's wonderful. I've done this quest before, but it's been a long time, so I forgot about that. Okay, good to know. So yeah, I'm planning to set up my microscope over here and just start looking at stuff. I plan to go. My wife and I like going out for walks and stuff, and so especially once it gets a bit warmer, it's kind of winter time here. But we just go out to a little park, little forest, whatever, pick up some samples. All sorts of stuff can be good samples, by the way, for let's eat. And then I'm gonna rebuff my Argent Dawn buff here. It's about to go out. 190 health is a lot for us. It really is. Like I go from 1008 to 818. So yeah, that's significant. I guess I could have done that better by not clicking that off, but that's fine. Let's polymorph this guy, and then we're gonna kill this cat. Okay, do this. And what I'm thinking I may end up doing, if I find some cool things... so the microscope I did get is called a trinocular. So a trinocular microscope has 3 ports. It has 1 for each of your eyes to look through. You might see some that are commonly just have the 2 eye ports. That'd be a binocular microscope. But what mine is a trinocular. And what that allows is for me to... It's like a port in the top. You can actually put a camera into that and then plug it into your computer monitor and display your images directly on the monitor. This might sound a little bit... This is definitely sounding a little bit nerdy, but the idea was I got my computer set up here, my microscope next to it, plug it into my computer, and then I can directly image from my microscope to my computer and then take images, record videos. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that. And it's a pretty nice setup that once I get it running, it should be pretty stable. Like it should be I can just leave it. All I need to do is flip on the microscope, turn on the camera, and then I'm good to go. So I'm actually extremely excited about that setup. And my plan is, if I get some cool images, just for fun I'm going to take these, but if I get some good ones, maybe make some videos of this. If I really enjoy doing it, it's something I really, really enjoy, and I find myself wanting to do more and more of it, I may make a separate YouTube channel just for microscopy. I don't think this channel is like the best one for that type of a thing necessarily, if I'm doing a lot of videos. If I just do like one every now and then, I think it's fine just to share it for people if anyone's interested. But if I'm making it more of a habit, then I think I'll just make a separate channel for it. So that'll be cool. The other thing that I did with this desk setup is I got a new monitor for myself. So previously I was using a pair of 24-inch monitors, which are good monitors. Don't get me wrong. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. The problem was having two monitors to me has never been the dream. The dream is always one good monitor, one big good monitor, and two 24-inch monitors were perfectly functional. But they took up a lot of desk space because of the bezels and the way the dual monitor arm mounted things. And it was never as clean of a setup as I would have liked, which is a single monitor. Like I just always wanted a good single monitor, and that was more of a stopgap, which was frankly super nice. Like it made it so much easier to record having two monitors. I'll tell you that. Being able to put like OBS Studio in one and my game in the other, a million times of an upgrade over what I was doing for the first like 3 years of my channel, where I had OBS, or I used Shadowplay for a long time, running in the background behind my game, and I could never like monitor it very well. If something went wrong, or if I need to change something, it was much more cumbersome. So having two monitors was actually really nice. But I'm gonna pull this back. There's some headhunters patrolling. Let's go. Let me go as far as I can with that. Okay, that's good. Should be good enough. I think I'll kill this guy fast enough that I'm okay. Got him. Okay. I'm just going to go down here, eat and drink real fast while these guys patrol. I will probably pull these before they turn around. Unless they already did turn around. Is that where they stop? Okay, that's fine. Let's see another one of these lessers. Let's polymorph one of these. Start blasting this one. Let's get our shield up. How much does it absorb? 210 physical damage. It's not that much. It gets about 3 or 4 hits it absorbs, which is still handy, but it's not like I can go through that fight without taking damage from him. Let's wand this the rest of the way. Resist. What? Oh, okay. The other one popped up. That was decent timing, at least. Could have been worse. And what I'm going to do is probably pop that. I got that mana agate, which restores the mana that I'm spending probably on this mana shield for the most part. I hope I can kill this guy before he takes all my mana away. Oh, out of mana. Okay, that's fine. He has a 33 health. All good. Okay, got 12 of 20 heads. I need to eat and drink again. 14, 15, not bad. Okay, let's eat and drink. So, yeah, so I like my two monitors, but I've always wanted an ultra wide. It's always something I've wanted since I saw them like probably 5 years ago, but oh my god, ultra wide monitors are super expensive. Like they were 5 years ago, like you were spending $1,500 at least. All right, got a Texan McGildy with nothing going on there too much. So I got an ultra wide monitor. It's an MS. Oh, what is it? It's an. I forget the exact. It's like MSI Optics MAG 342 CQRV. It's a 34-inch ultra wide ultra wide, like 1440p. I need to make a shield and probably make some more mana gate. It ends up being actually a little bit less real estate than having two 24-inch 1440p monitors. It's just not as much, right? Because like a 16 by 9 1440p monitor, two of those is basically, it's double a single 16 by 9 1440p monitor. This is not double. This is like, I think it ends up being, it's like a 3440 by 1440p. So it ends up being like 1.5 or 1 2/3 of of a single monitor, which means it's less overall real estate space. But it's just so much cleaner having just a single, like a little stand, instead of having like two arms off of it, and not having the bezels. Like, frankly, I've really enjoyed this. Downside to this, and this is where I'm worried that this video might be recorded badly, but I'm hoping it seems to be working. I'm hoping it's going to work. Previously, I had set up OBS to record one monitor, just record the whole screen, and then OBS would run on the other monitor. And that was actually, frankly, a pretty easy thing to do. Oh, good. We're done with our quest. We got them all. And that worked well. The problem is here, if I have my game running at the full resolution, an ultra wide resolution, and I record all of that, when I put it through my rendering software, put it on YouTube, what I'll end up with is a video, I should say, that is in the ultra wide format. And for the vast majority of people that have a 16 by 9 instead of, I think this one is 21 by 9 is actually the ratio, you'll end up with black bars at the top and bottom of the screen. I decided I didn't like that. I decided that for the majority of people, I would guess for the next 5 years at least, if not maybe forever, I don't know, 16 by 9 or like 16 by 10 is going to be the de facto kind of ratio for resolution. And it felt that if I went ahead and recorded my videos in that 21 by 9 format, let's do that, I was going to end up putting those black bars on there for the majority of people that would watch, and I didn't like it. So when I do my recording, so actually I played the game normally, I'm reading Guild Chat. For the majority of the time, I'm playing WoW or other games I play, Hearthstone, which completely doesn't matter at widescreen at all. But Heroes of the Storm I've been playing a lot recently, and Overwatch I've played for a long time. Those are actually really nice on like the ultra wide screen, and WoW is super nice too. I've really enjoyed playing WoW on the ultra wide screen. But I didn't want these videos to be in that format. So what I did, and I think it's working, it took me a while to get it set up. This guy's struggling over here, man. Let me help him out. Is I'm playing the game in windowed format in standard 1440p standard 1440p resolution in 16 by 9. And I've got like a little box on this side of my screen that's my OBS, which is kind of nice because I can see OBS this way. And then I'm recording like a windowed version of the game. And the difference is, instead of doing the whole monitor capture like I used to do, now I'm doing a window capture or game capture in OBS, which was a little bit finicky, and I was kind of worried it wasn't going to work, but it seems to be holding up okay. So, long story short, new desk, new monitor, new room, new microscope, and a new video series, new leveling series with Suupee the Mage, who's needs to probably respec it. I need to like fix this. It's just like a little bit funky. Like, I just feel like this isn't like the best spec. New baby eventually. Not quite there. Got a few more months of baking the baby. A little brewing going on. Headhunting. Let's turn this quest to, what is this guy's name? Mimboya. Suupee, I fear for our chief's son. Do you have the shrunken head so I may inspect them? Yes, I do. Thank you, Suupee. I will inspect these heads to ensure poor Yaniku was spared the headhunter's axe. Choose your reward. Look at that. That's really funny. That wrist is the exact same stats as my current wrist. I'll just get the other one then and just vendor it. That's just... He's searching through the skulls, alright. It says in text, search. So I know my webcam is blocking. I need to fix that still. It says searching through the skulls. He continues searching, placing more skulls in his crate. He's piling them up down there. It's kind of cool. No, new quest. I am done inspecting the skulls, Suupee, and I am relieved Nico is not among them. Okay, so now I gotta kill the Blood Scalp clan heads. And this one is like, it takes us all the way to the hinterlands, which I'm not gonna take right now. It's like we're not gonna go to the hinterlands for another 4 levels at least, probably more. So I'll just leave that quest there. And the bloody bone necklaces. We get a ring. What's the ring? Is that any good? 7 stamina, 2 spirit. It's not really better than what we have, but the stamina is kind of nice. I'm almost tempted to just drop the Band of Thorns here. Like lose 4 spirit, gain 7 stamina. Kind of like that. If we don't get hit, that doesn't really matter, right? So it's kind of dependent on a lot of things there. I'm not taking that much damage, frankly, so maybe, I don't know. That is a lot of stamina. It's like almost a 10%, it's like a 7%, just about 7% health increase. It's pretty big. Alright, bring 25 split bone necklaces to Kinwile. Okay. They live in the southeast. Okay, I remember these guys. Let's vendor off a few things here. Repair. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. I got an extra shrunken head here I didn't need. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, so a lot of new things going on in that regard. I'm seriously excited about this microscope, by the way. I know it sounds so nerdy, but I'm excited about it. You know, we need to kill a Shadow Maw Panthers. I think I'll have to go do this quest now. Because if I remember right... Yeah, I think like here is where you find a lot of them. So I might just go do this quest. And I think it stacks with this quest. Like the Shadow Maw Panthers are... Yeah, this is the same quest basically. So it's actually a really convenient quest to do together. We'll kill 10 Panthers and collect 8 claws and then we'll be done. So, yeah, I'm really excited about the microscope and I'll share stuff as I get some time. While I'm running over here, I need to remember to thank all my Patreon supporters. I always appreciate the support. Some people have been sticking through me with this, a lot of people have been sticking through despite this kind of slow output from me the last month or so, month and a half, because it's partially holidays and all sorts of little things going on. I especially want to thank Luke S. and Nikolai S., who are my top tier supporters. I really do appreciate the support and kind of bearing with me while I was adjusting for some stuff, but I'm feeling pretty good now. I wonder if I can get like tribal leatherworking or something. Nope. I think you have to have 300 to specialize, and I'm at 257, so I might max out. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I might max out. Oh, it's gonna be tough to engage these mobs. I may max out. There's the tigress I need also. Leatherworking in this character at some point, but I'm not sure how useful it is, frankly. Like I don't know. Does it really matter that much? I don't think it matters that much. Oh, that didn't kill him. Shadow Maw Claw. Cool. So we also need these 1 pristine tigress fang, so we'll try and get that from these as we're kind of working around here. If I have someone frostbit or like frozen, so I have this skill, Frostbite, 15% chance to freeze the target for 5 seconds, and then I have this skill that is 50% increased chance to crit against a frozen target. So it's kind of a nasty combination, frankly. If I freeze a target, I have a 15% chance to do so. Let's say like roughly 1 in 8 chance of freezing a target. If I freeze the target, then I have a 50% plus whatever my normal spell crit is chance of critting the target. I can't move very much. There's a tiger or panther right behind me. So I'm just gonna let this guy melee me in the face, I guess. Let's do that. Okay. Another claw. Good. Let's do this. Let's use our buff since it's about to run out. Do a fresh one. We had to click off the one that other guy sent us a while ago. Also, I'm sorry if the recording and sound is good in here. I need to figure out a lot of things. I'm using a different mic stand. I used to use like a lever arm. Oh, that didn't work. It's gonna freeze this guy. But I'm using a stand that goes on the desk now. It's like it just stands up on it. I'm hoping it doesn't sound too echoey, like too many thuds. Sometimes my old one, if I did that, my desk was so wobbly that if I used that stand, it would just make all sorts of terrible noises, and I had to use the boom mic thing. I think this will be okay, but if it's not, then this video is going to sound kind of fuzzy, and I'm going to listen to it and fix it from there. Tigress, let's do this. The other thing I don't have in here is much sound dampening. Like, this room is a pretty empty room. It's got like a table. There's a bunch of, we got like coat hanger behind us, but that's not that useful because it's like way back there. And so this wall, it's like just a big wall, which frankly is probably not much worse than the big window I had in front of me before, but I'm worried it's going to sound a little echoey. We got our pristine tiger's fang. That's wonderful. My plan is to get stuff for the wall. I don't know what. Obviously sound dampening panels is what I've talked about on and off for a long time. I may do that. I'm also thinking of just getting like some canvas prints of some of the microscopy images I've taken from other stuff, but also will be taking for sure with my new microscope, and just get like some of these really cool things that I'm planning to image, just printed as a canvas and stick up there. And the canvas, I think, will help dampen the sound quite a bit. So I think that would be cool. I spoke to my wife about it, and I was like, "Whoa, can we put something on this wall? It's like this big, like off-white, like eggshell white wall, right? It just looks boring." And I was like, "Can we just put something up there?" And she's like, "Yeah. What do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know. Don't know yet." But I'm thinking that's the plan. Get some nice images and stick stuff up there. Anyway, that's down the road. But I do plan to try and work on the setup here a little bit. So comment below if you have any thoughts on anything related to this location, this setup, or the video quality, audio, all of it. Like a lot of things changed. It's just, there was a lot of stuff changed related to my recording setup, which is why I haven't recorded a new video and kind of been like stretching out the few videos I recorded at the end of November. I think I might still have a video in the tank that I haven't released yet that I recorded like November 29th or something. So, I was really behind on that for that reason, kind of, because I just got busy and wasn't able to sit down and kind of get this setup going. Throw on top of that holiday stuff, which didn't travel, but it still was just, we were talking to people a lot. We had a lot of phone calls, Skypes, things like that. Like, all stuff that I'm glad I did and I really loved doing. But it, delayed other things in my life. I don't want to say delayed. It put other things in the back burner. For example, recording more Let's Plays. I don't think we're going to quite finish this quest today, by the way. I'm kind of getting pretty close, but we're not going to quite get there. I think we'll see. Let's see if we can find a few more Shadow Maw Panthers. We're getting good drop rates. We're 5 for 5 on the claws, which is legit. Yeah. So the other thing that's changing my life, and this is a little bit down the road, but my boss, who's a professor that I work under, so I'm a postdoc, if I haven't made this clear before. I study infectious diseases. Oh, I did pull that. I didn't think I was going to aggro that. That's okay. And I'm a full-time scientist, so I work full-time as a scientist. My boss is basically a professor, or is literally a professor. And I've been working with him for a little over 4 years now, just over 4 years. And when I first joined, we spoke about me not sticking around longer than 5 years. Like, that'd be kind of the upper limit. And we didn't set that as a hard stop date, but we both were on terms like, yeah, 5 years is a pretty good amount of time as a postdoc and not stick around longer than that. So he brought it up, but it's fair. a few days before Christmas, like literally it was like December 22nd, and he was like, so, you know, we talked about this a while back, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So the end result is that my current contract is for 1 year from October, this past October, a few months ago, and when that runs out, which is September 30th of 2021, that will be the end of my time at my current job, which is, frankly, I'll say this, having 9 months of leeway to find a new job is kind of really good. Like, I don't know anyone that's been like, all right, I'm letting you go in 9 months. Like, that's a really long time. I can't really complain about that. And on the other hand, it's also only a few months after our kid's going to be born, and my wife would just be getting off maternity leave and going back to work at that time when that contract would run out. So it's a little tricky balancing a few things related to that, and my wife and I are figuring out how best to proceed. Is this a 100% drop rate on the claws, by the way? Because we've gotten 6 of 6. Like, it's really good. I think there should be another tiger or another panther around here. Nope, not quite. Wait, there's one. So, you know, all things considered, it's not the worst situation I could find myself in, but it has resulted, it's been the last week, basically, my wife and I are figuring out plans, like thinking about, okay, you know, what jobs are available to me now? Should I apply immediately for those? Should I finish up some projects I'm working on my current job? I got really good benefits in my current job. Like, is it worth holding on to these as long as I can, at least until the kid's here? We don't necessarily want to have to move just before or just after our kid being born, you know? Like, that's not exactly the most convenient. So it's a lot of factors we're thinking about here. Like, you know, exactly what we're going to do. And we don't know yet. We haven't made a concrete plan, but tentatively I'm sticking around for a good chunk of that 9 months at least until after our kid's born. And then after that point, we would, I would start looking rapidly probably to find a new position that's more permanent, which could be a professorship. I'm still looking at academic positions because I'd still like to run my own lab and be a professor, but there are a lot of good industry jobs that I'm qualified for that pay well and could be exciting for me, even if they're not exactly what my career path I kind of had hoped for. It's also consulting opportunities. A lot of things there's a ton of things I'm qualified for, and a ton of things that I think I would be good at, and a fair amount of things that was kind of a cool cloak. 13 fire damage. I was like, where's the claw? We didn't get a claw. It's because we don't need any more claws. We capped out on claws. So that's cool. It might be a tiger, or I keep saying tiger, panther or two over here. My plan is to get this last panther killed. There it is. And then call it a day. I really didn't think we were going to get this done today, this quest. I was like, oh, I'll get started on it. But it kind of has worked out well, so. So I'm blasting. I'm low on mana. That's fine. I'll use my gate. Oh, this guy was not frozen, was he? For some reason, I thought I froze that guy, but apparently not. All right, cool. That was easy. My hearth is set to ground goal. I don't actually know why. I don't remember. I think I was leveling out here until I hit 35, which is why I was pretty much stationed out here. But yeah, it's a good time to go back. You can turn in these 2 quests. These revelers, if you type kiss at them, and you do it quickly enough, you can get a couple things from them. But there, so I got like 2 sets of mistletoe, actually. Oh, here they are. If you type kiss once, they give you 1 item. If you type it twice, or like 3 or 4 times in a row, you can also macro it, but I found it works better by not macroing it. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but just manually typing it 3 or 4 times seems to work better. This mistletoe is really cool. It gives you 20 spirit, and gives your friend a 20 spirit for like an hour or 2. And also there's an item you can get that turns your mount into a reindeer, but we don't have a mount, so it's not that useful. It's like Holly, I think it is. It's called. Let's go turn this first quest here. Anyway, there's more to talk about, but this is kind of a start of what's been going on the last month. A lot of it's really good stuff. I mean, like, I got a new desk. I got a new monitor. I bought a microscope. Like, wonderful things. You know, the only really bad thing is the job situation where I always knew I had the option to leave. Like, I've been looking for jobs on and off the last couple of years for professorships, but this is the first time it's been like, all right, I really have 9 months to wrap up. So I'm going to talk more about that in the next few episodes. A lot to talk about with that. But yeah, turn in our quest, by the way. We got to get Jungle Stalker Feathers now. Okay. Where do we turn this other quest? Oh, Nessingwary. Okay. We'll go up to Nessingwary later. I want to log out and get the good thing is we can stack this Jungle Stalker Slaying quest with the Mock-Theridon's Enchantment quest. It's kind of wonderful. But we're kind of low level, so I might need to go somewhere else to level for a bit. But I'm going to log out here for today. I'm just going to render these things off. That's good, yeah. Actually, I have some mail. I need to take care of some stuff for Guildie, but then I'll log out there. Anyway, hopefully this episode worked. Welcome to the new series, Suupee. We're starting in the middle of the series, but I think it's feasible. I could actually hit 60 on this guy before TBC, so maybe. But yeah, anyway, that is all for today. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.